Hi, welcome back to Creative Digital Designs, and I'm back with another video. This video is going to be specifically for Etsy keyword research. If you're looking for a tool to be able to help you find keywords that you know have volume, that you know that people are searching for to be able to get more traction and sales to your Etsy store, then this video is for you. I'm going to get right into it. So the name of this software is called Alora.io or app.alora.io, and I have this link for this in my description. It's going to be in the description below, and it also will be in the links in my channel. So if you want to go ahead and check out this software, you can do that. And like I said, this is for keyword research. So when you make an account, you're going to go ahead and sign in, and you're going to have your dashboard, and then um, you have a few options. You can do research, operation, or optimization, or a few things, I should say. And it will have you to connect to your Etsy shop. So this is just a dashboard to show you the main things that you can do, which is keyword research, product research, and these are your save terms that you have saved, as well as a profit calculator. So the first thing we're going to go over here is to keyword research. And this is the main reason why I use this software. And so as you can see here, for the free account, you get 5 keyword searches per day. And so I think it's a great start for beginners. If you are creating products, a couple products a week, then 5 searches per day should be enough for you to be able to research keywords for each listing. Some people might only be doing 1 to 2 listings per week, so that will be perfect as well. But anyways, we're going to get in here, and as you can see here, before I type in a search, because you have, for example, this is the keyword holiday bow sweatshirt. You can see that the search volume is 95,000. So this is for the month. Then you have the percentage change of the volume, then you have your competition. So although the search volume is 95,000, there is 31,000 listings that are targeting this keyword. And so they also give it a score. It says 0 to 100 score that measures a keyword potential on Etsy, balancing search demand against competition. Okay, so as you can see here, they gave it a high score because there's way less competition than search volume. So, and that's what you want. You want to be able to get this score as high as possible. If you can get a keyword in the 90s, that will be excellent because that means that are you don't have as much competition. So it just depends on what you are selling. You're going to go ahead and put it on in the keyword bar. As you can see here, ghost earring kids, same thing, 29,000. But as you can see, the competition is only 5,000. So let's just say that you make products for, um, because one thing that I always talk about in my videos is if you are going to be in uh, a high demand niche, you need to make sure that you stand out. For example, a teacher or a nurse, you want to always break it down to subcategories. So, or specific products. So let's say, because of the holidays, and this is my only search right now. So we're just going to say teacher holiday shirt, and we're going to hit search. We're going to give it a second to load here. So the competition right here is moderate. We want it to be low. So we wouldn't necessarily, we have a search volume of 38,000 um, and a competition of 54,000. So we would want to tailor down on this keyword. Maybe we have this keyword, but we can say a kindergarten teacher holiday shirt. That will probably narrow down your competition more. Or you might say college professor holiday shirt, or maybe sweatshirt. So you want to niche down and be more specific and see how the search volume is for that. So as you can see, teacher shirt just by that self has over 300,000 search volume, and the competition is 700,000. So you wouldn't necessarily want to. You can have this term, but it wouldn't be your main term that you're targeting because there's too much competition. Same thing with the Christmas teacher shirt. We, like I said, we want to maybe be more specific and say kindergarten teacher or high school teacher, um, or basketball coach, uh, different like things in that niche, or people who are at the school nurse Christmas shirt. Same thing. So I was trying to see if we could find one here that's in the 90s, but I don't see that. So you would try to look for it. But if the 70s is good, 80s, 90s is good. Um, yeah, these are way too many listings. And then you can, oh, down here it tells you the top listings that are using that particular keyword. So as you can see, holiday teacher mega bundle, the one of the top people are not even selling the t-shirts. They're just selling a PNG or images for people to create t-shirts. So that's another way that you can also stand out too, because there's so many people that are selling shirts. So why not be the person who is selling the prints or the designs that people are putting on shirts? So that's another avenue that you can consider as well. But yeah, I like this. They also tell you the monthly sales of the trending. They tell you the revenue that they have produced from this. I don't know how accurate it is, but yeah, so you can definitely see, is what I'm creating worth it? Are people searching for it? Is there demand for it? And this is very important if you want to be able to make consistent sales on Etsy. So now that I've shown you the research, like I said, there's keyword. You can also research specific products as well. Um, so let's see. You right here, they could tell you top selling products, or you can type in a specific product. So this is 20 per month. As we know, it's Christmas time. So, of course, best selling products are going to be Christmas. But as you can see, something like this is something that we will want to pay attention to. This person, as long as it's accurate, this person is making 1,500 monthly sales off of this. So these are the type of products that we want to pay attention to, where people are getting thousands or hundreds of sales every single month, and see how you can recreate or make it your own, or create it within a different niche, maybe. Just depends on what it is. But this is a journal bundle. Looks like it has, I'm not sure if this is for kids or adults, but it has different colorings and different things like that. So this is possible. This is a way for you to be able to find different products that you might possibly create. So we scroll through, and also just take into account whether or not you're doing physical or digital products. So over here, we're going to search, let's say, digital planner mom. Happens if, do I have to hit search? Here we go. So as we can see here, we seeing zero sales. So we might not want to. It might not be that it's not a good idea. It just means that maybe there's not a demand for it. So the fact that this is zero sales, that's something to take into account. Some of these products are that they show me are not exact matches for what I typed in either. So that is, but this is a great way to be like, okay, other people who already created these products, are they making sales? Because it could be a wasted time for you. So we have that. Let's see, type in Valentine's Day cards since that's coming up. And I could have been more specific and said digital or physical, but I just wanted to make it broad just to see. Now, we do have to take into account that Valentine's Day is a couple months away, so that could be why these are lower. But anniversary cards that, as we can see here, if this is a niche or something, an industry that you know about, you can do this as well. This is getting 1500. This says Pokemon card type. So there's obviously this is a very specific target audience, specific type of person that would be into this. But from what we can see, it's selling well. So if you have the ability to recreate that or make it your own, that would be a good idea. Yeah, so wanted to just show you guys that as we can see, that's not going to be high because of the time period. So you can research keyword products. You can also go research a shop. So you can search a specific shop on Etsy to see what's going on behind the scenes of theirs. So I just selected that one. They've been on here since 2014. They have over 700,000 reviews, 3.6 million sales, I believe that it is. So this particular person has made a lot of money on here. So it could be an opportunity to look at people who have been very, very successful and see what kind of products are they selling, what are they pricing it at, um, what type of pictures are they creating for, what kind of mock-ups are they creating. All of these things is a good way that you can research and look to see, does my shop look up to par in comparison to the other people in my niche. Because that's the biggest thing. When people see your product pictures, that's their first impression. So if other people in your niche have better pictures, they might scroll past yours. So yeah, so you those are different things that you can research. You can look at what you saved. Now we have your operations. This is the follow up and AI templates. I'm going to be honest, I haven't used these yet, so I don't really want to go too in depth on that. I don't like explaining stuff that I didn't use or I'm not familiar with. But when you make an account, you can definitely go through that. Now, the optimization is they test it out and they give you suggestions based off of your shop. So that is a great tool that you can use. Basically, they'll give you listing titles, descriptions. They'll change some things out to you for you, especially things that have not sold well. This is a great option for them to see if they can optimize it better for you. I'm not going to show it because it is connected to my shop, but you can definitely click on that once you click on that, and then it'll give you an option to connect to your shop. Do that, and they'll give you suggestions. Then you have your analytics over your listings. Like I said, once you connect to your Etsy shop, they'll be able to give you a profit calculator and be able to give you more information about your finances and your shop. Now you have your marketing on here. They do go over email, Pinterest, and Etsy ads. So if you click on Pinterest, it will actually, you do have to upgrade that for that. So I haven't done this part, but I do use Pinterest to help promote my Etsy shop. So I do recommend for people who haven't been getting a lot of traffic to their shop to try out creating pins, even if it's just do one pin a day or a couple pins per week. Pinterest starts to push you after they see that you are consistent. It is a search engine, so you have to make sure that you use the right keywords, and you can use ChatGPT for that as well to be able to give you a optimize keyword title and description. Tell them to give you that for use that exact words, optimize title and description for a Pinterest pin about, and then type what your pin is about, and it will give you all the right keywords and terms to put in there. So I definitely do recommend Pinterest as a way to bring more traffic to your Etsy shop. And so this is, I just want to give you guys kind of a quick overview of this platform. I have been enjoying it so far, like I said, for the keywords. And I'm not going to upgrade yet because so far at the keyword research, it's been good enough for me with the 5 a day. But I might consider upgrading later if I need to use any of their other tools. But if you enjoy this, like this video, comment down below what type of video I should create next. Subscribe so that you don't miss a video, and have a great day. Bye bye.